On the 120-minute Horizon videos from Alison Moyet, Curve, a cult classic from Faith No More, and a debut from Mudhoney. My co-hosts are the Pixies. They're also going to be playing live here on 120 Minutes. Black Francis, tell us, for the non-French speakers amongst us, what Trompe le Monde means, the title of your latest album.
Well, as I understand it, it means fool the world or trick the world, but as a title for the Pixies, it's just a meaningless title that was suggested by our manager for a hypothetical punk rock double album, and it just had a certain ring to it, so we stayed with that ring.
Why do you go for the meaningless in something like a title? Because I remember you saying you like the band name The Pixies because over time it's got more meaningless. Why do you prefer that over something with a definite meaning?
Well, there's a lot of titles, obviously, out there in the world of records, but so it's like standard to have like the title. Mm-hmm. So the ring is kind of neat if you can have a good ring.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I guess one difference between a band like the Pixies and the Red Hot Chili Peppers is the Chili Peppers have a definite stance. They have like an attitude, the love, funk, kind of aggressive peace kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Whereas, have you always avoided trying to have a definite kind of band thing like that?
Well, I don't know if we've avoided it, but we just don't have any good image, ideas, good clothes, yeah. That's it.
Or lack of clothes.
Mm. Well, we're going to have a world premiere video from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, the second video from their Blood Sugar Sex Magic album. This is Suck My Kiss. Coming up on the 120 Wavelength, a cult classic from Faith No More and brand new videos from the Manic Street Preachers, Lush, and the Blue Aeroplanes. My co-hosts tonight are the Pixies. They're going to be talking with us and playing 2 songs live, including a song called UMass. Mm-hmm. Tell us, Black Francis, about where this song comes from.
Well, it's a dumb riff that Joey and I used to play whilst we were students. And I think it was always so dumb that we never played it, but now...
Yeah.
Now that we make money at it and stuff, it's okay, I think.
You mean it was kind of one of the first songs you wrote when you were at UMass
riff,
together?
Yeah. It didn't have any words, but that's why we called it UMass. Joey said we should call it UMass because that's where it was born.
We were calling the Yardbirds song.
We used to call it the Yardbirds song?
Yeah, I remember that.
Really?
I don't know why.
Well, all our songs are called by their bands before we give them words and stuff.
Right.
Like the Led Zepp song and Led Zepp song 2,
You mean according to who you think it sounds like?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right, after you guys met, you put an ad in the paper for, I guess, for a bassist. Is that right? And what did the ad say?
Well, they keep saying that it says...
Who's could do Peter, Paul, and Mary? Yeah,
but that isn't true.
No, that is what it says, but it was just so long ago, and
right.
The ad, I mean, at least for us, seems so famous.
Right.
You know what I mean? For an ad.
in terms of historical perspective, it assumed too much significance. But Kim, just for the record, tell us why you answered that ad.
I thought it was funny that the ad said Husker Du, Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Had you been listening? Is that your musical taste up to then?
No, I heard of Husker Du, but I'd never listened to a lot of it, and I never really listened to a lot of Peter, Paul, and Mary, but I thought that it was funny. It's funny, isn't it?
Sure.
And everything else was like, bring your chops, and it was the only ad I answered, and I was the only one who answered the ad, so.
Right, big choice.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to be talking lots more with the Pixies. Here's a brand new video from Mudhoney. Morrissey, Echo and the Bunnymen, Joy Division, Depeche Mode, and the Sugar Cubes, while the home video features clips from Sinead O'Connor, Sonic Youth, Violent Femmes, Love and Rockets, and also that Faith No More video we just checked out. Now, I'll make a deal with you. You go out and buy Nevermind the Mainstream, the best of MTV's 120 Minutes, and I'll never talk about it again, okay? Right after the break, the Pixies will be performing live. Stay tuned. Welcome back to MTV's 120 Minutes. The Pixies are performing live with Eric Feldman from Pere Ubu on keyboards. Black Francis, what are you going to do for us?
This is called 1, 2, 3, 4.
This little west of the wooded east is a valley full of pioneer. We're not just kids to say the least. We got ideas, to us that's dear. Like capitalist, like communist, like lots of things you've heard about. And redneckers, they get us pissed. And stupid stuff, it makes us shout. Oh, dance with me, oh, don't be shy. Oh, kiss me, oh, kiss me, oh, kiss the world, oh, kiss the sky, oh, kiss my ass, oh, let it ride. I'll be April bird, and a baby, oh, baby. It's educational. It's educational. Massachusetts, please. And here's the last line. It's educational. It's educational. Educational. It's educational.
From the Pixies, more coming up in the second 60 of MTV's 120 Minutes. Dave Kendall with you for MTV's 120 Minutes, 2 hours into the future every Sunday night at 11 p.m., 10 Central. Coming up in the second 60, more conversation videos and live performance from the Pixies. The latest clips from Urban Dance Squad, Primal Scream and the Dylans, and brand new ones from Lush, the Blue Aeroplanes, the Hypnotics, and this one from the South Wales outfit, the Manic Street Preachers. It's called Stay Beautiful. It's Head On, of course, a cover of the Jesus and Mary Chain song. Black Francis, why did you cover this one?
Well, I guess the main reason is a station in Los Angeles used to play it many times a day. When we were recording Bossa Nova, we used to listen to it in the car a lot on the way to our Van Nuys practice space.
Now, do you feel a certain kinship with the Mary Chain, perhaps, that the surf thing shows up in both your musical
Well, I would like to
repertoire?
think that we're kind of like a surf band, and they're kind of like a surf band.
Although perhaps more obviously on Bossa Nova than there isn't too much surf on Trompe le Monde.
No. Well, there was, but we didn't record. Well, we practiced it, but we didn't record it.
What made you delete it at the last minute?
I think we had to go tour. I think that was the main reason.
You just ran out of time? Like,
Exactly.
Okay. All right, lots more coming up from the Pixies. In fact, more of the Pixies right now. This is the video for Head On. Coming up on MTV's 120 Minutes videos from Primal Scream, the Dylans, brand new ones from the Blue Aeroplanes and the Hypnotics, and more live performance from the Pixies. I guess one of the new musical trends these days is one-word bands from Britain playing a kind of ambient noise thing. David, are you a fan of that music? I guess we're talking about Curve and Swerve Driver and your label mates Lush.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
You into that stuff?
Yeah, I've seen Lush a few times. Curve, I like one of their songs. Yeah. Blur, all those one words. Yeah.
Well, you played a bunch of European festivals this summer, so I guess you must have played with some of these bands.
Yeah. Ride, are they in there?
Right, yeah.
Ride.
Another great one-word ambient noise kind of band.
Yeah, yeah.
They have one song that I love, but I don't know what it's called.
Probably one word, whatever.
All right, well, here's the brand new video from Lush. This is called Nothing Natural. Lots more coming up from the Pixies. Coming up on MTV's 120 Minutes, a brand new video from The Hypnotics, and the Pixies are going to do another live song. Is it going to be Planet of Sound?
That's one of them, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
You closed your set in New York City last weekend with Planet of Sound, and I guess you're, what, 2 or 3 weeks into the tour?
That's correct, yeah.
How long are you going to be on tour till?
March the 30th.
It's a fairly serious outing. Is touring something that you like doing, or is it just one of the things you have to do to promote the record?
You always have something to do every night. I mean, the show, I mean, you know, there's always boring days and a good hour at night.
Does it seem like you're on a treadmill sometimes, just sort of having to summon up the same energy level and the same kind of presentation when really you're feeling, oh God, I've got to do this song again?
Some of the songs, but for the most part, it's a full bar and it's always fun to play to a bunch of people that are waiting to see you, you know.
Do you have a lot of songs then that you like a lot more than the others? Do you have your own favorites?
Well, I like this sort of bad song we have called Dance the Manta Ray, and I sort of make everyone play it. But maybe they like to play too, actually, I don't know. I enjoy playing that one.
Okay, well, good luck with the rest of the tour. And here's a brand new video from the Blue Aeroplanes. It's the second clip from their album Beat Songs, and it's the cover of Paul Simon's Boy in the Bubble. Pixies are my co-hosts. Stick around. Usual place you guys shot a video, Kim?
Amsterdam. There's an old Olympic Stadium there. And it was completely cleared out, and we brought our gear in, and we shot Allison. There's a 2-in-1 video that we do. Dig for Fire was on a dike, and we were in sidecars, and we were traveling to the stadium. And once we got into the stadium, then we had little remote control units, and that section of the video was a live version of Allison in an empty Olympic Stadium in Holland. It was neat.
Okay, well, you guys stick around, because the Pixies are going to be performing live here in the MTV's 120 Minute studios. Stick around. Performing live exclusively on MTV's 120 Minutes, the Pixies. Black Francis, another song off the latest album, Trompe le Monde?
Yes, this is called Planet of Sound.
Let's do it.
We walk by down the odd past. I'm picking up a transmission. I turn the vision ignition. We're looking for the broadcaster. And when I first touched around, they simply told me to leave. Was kinda hard to believe, cause there was no one around. This ain't the Planet of Sound. 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 I had a talented wine that land of classical gas, and on the planet of glass they see me skipping through time. I got the summer renowned for its canals in color of red. Lots of guys that shake their heads and rhythmically to a sound. This ain't the Planet of 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 Sound. This ain't a rock and roll town. This ain't a around. This ain't the Planet of Sound. One more over. It's just there where you're bound. This ain't a Planet of Sound. 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 This ain't a Planet of Sound.
Planet of Sound from the Pixies. You guys are on tour now. How long does the tour last, Black Francis?
Until the spring. Until the spring.
Until the spring? And Kim Deal, are you making another record with the Breeders?
Yeah, and that'll be out in March.
In March. Okay, thanks very much for coming by and performing here on MTV's 120 Minutes. We do appreciate it. And if you enjoyed it too, write to us here at 1515 Broadway, 23rd floor, New York, New York 10036. And tune in next Sunday night at 11 p.m., 10 Central for another 120 minutes of alternative music video. Thanks again to the Pixies, and for 120 minutes, I'm Dave Kendall. See you later.